on this exciting Friday night. It's a brand new month and we're about to shake things up. Happy Women's Month. Here's what's coming up on the show. From colorful feathers to heartwarming second chances, we visit a one-of-a-kind bird sanctuary where some of our feathery friends are taught to speak. Then we cross over to Decorex Africa, a premier design and decor platform showcasing cutting-edge concepts and modern living spaces. For the holiday lovers, we join a concierge group to explore hidden gems in Sandton. You see, these are often spaces they recommend for hotel guests, and now they get first-hand experience. Finally, what better way to celebrate women than with a creative art exhibition emphasizing the voices of these powerhouses? Lots more to come, so do stay tuned in. Take it away, Mne. Let's get the show rolling.
Oh yes, let's get the show rolling indeed. Kicking start Women's Month in style, coming to you live from Auckland Park, Johannesburg. Welcome to Trendz Live on SABC News. I'm Mncedisi, but you can call me Mne. It's another installment of feel-good lifestyle, culture and music entertainment. Remember to give us a shout on our X. Our handle is @Trendz on SABC. We only have an hour together, so much to do, so little time, but fear not, we're going to get through it all. First things first, let's take a look at entertainment news making headlines this week.
In news making headlines around the world, fans of the late metal icon Ozzy Osbourne reflected on his legacy, sharing how emotional they felt as his funeral cortege made its way through the streets of Birmingham in London. The procession paused at the city's iconic Sabbath Ridge, a landmark deeply tied to Ozzy's roots.
I've been a fan of Ozzy and Black Sabbath since I was 13 or 14, so I've known them all of my life. Big metal, big rock fan, and it's great to be here and see so many people of all ages as well. It's not just my generation, but much younger people as well. It's a lovely day.
Known to fans as the Prince of Darkness and the Godfather of heavy metal, Osbourne passed away recently at the age of 76. Just weeks before, he and his band Black Sabbath delighted tens of thousands of fans with an emotional gig at Villa Park Stadium. Now on to show business. It was a family affair as actor-comedians Eddie Murphy and Pete Davidson premiered their heist movie The Pickup recently in Los Angeles. Murphy was joined on the red carpet by his wife Paige Butcher and several of his 10 children, while Davidson was accompanied by his partner Elsie Hewitt. Murphy and Davidson team up for the action comedy, which sees them sparring as a pair of incompatible armored truck drivers. While out for a routine round of cash pickups, Murphy's Russell and Davidson's Travis get targeted by a gang of criminals. Things get personal when Travis discovers that the team of thieves is led by his one-night stand from the night before, played by Keke Palmer, and the life of Russell's hot-headed wife, played by Eva Longoria, comes under threat. The disparate duo must pull together to save the day. The movie is directed by Fantastic Four, barbershop and ride-along filmmaker Tim Story and written by Kevin Burrows and Matt Maida. The Pickup starts streaming on Prime Video on August 6th. Joanne Rowling, British author born in Yate, England, celebrates her 60th birthday. In the mid-1990s, she was a single mother claiming state benefits and writing in Edinburgh cafes while her daughter napped. She completed the manuscript for the first Harry Potter book, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, in 1995, but it was rejected by around a dozen publishers before Barry Cunningham of Bloomsbury agreed to take her on. Potter's story was also brought to life as a stage play in 2016. Written by Rowling, playwright Jack Thorne and director John Tiffany, it is set 19 years after Harry and his friends, Ron and Hermione, save the wizarding world and follows them as adults. In recent years, Rowling has become a controversial figure on transgender issues and the definition of what it is to be a woman, leading to fierce criticism from some trans activists, but vocal support from some women's rights campaigners. We now indulge in some wildlife cuteness. Cameras inside an enclosure at Chester Zoo in northwest England captured the first glimpse of a rare snow leopard cub, the first of its kind born at the facility in its 94-year history. Video footage released by the zoo recently showed the cute cub taking its first steps inside the enclosure with its mother, 3-year-old Nubra, keeping a close watch on her newborn. According to the zoo, the cub was born recently to first-time parents, Nubra and Yashin, also 3, who were carefully paired in 2024 as part of an international conservation breeding program. That's all we have in store for you this week on All Things Entertainment News. Catch you on the next round of News Wrap. Now do what you do best, Mle.
So much confidence in me. I love it. We're back again with another catch-up next week. Now, art is a form that will always take tremendous courage and creativity. Trendz live producer Randy Tsubane was in Rosebank appreciating the work that women do and the art that they truly are.
Oh, what a beautiful month it is. Happy Women's Month, ladies. We kick-started at an art exhibition celebrating women in creative spaces. On display is the work of artist Pam Friedman, taking us through her journey of motherhood, womanhood, work, strength, and resilience.
I've always had a strong feminine ability to hold on to my roots as a woman. I've always painted women. I started off in graphic design, decided that motherhood was more important, and so I continued an art career on the side. Nespresso was a dream that became a reality. It took me 2 years to bring these women to life, these women that I've studied in history, in biblical ways, and they always have inspired me throughout my journey as woman, mother, feminine, human. Having a daughter has also shaped so much in my world, and my 3 sons. So women are a big part of who I am and my identity. Throughout the ages, I think women have been almost closeted, and as generations become more brave, we see how much strength women have, how much we provide for each other, how we can gain and support one another. And I think that once we realize how much power we have, it's almost magical. Women are powerful.
We continue to chat about her art pieces as she uses coffee capsules to paint women. The mandate is clear: being a woman is indeed a superpower.
Who are these women that you're painting? Why are you painting them? I mean, they're absolutely stunning, very unique. Maybe also take us through the entire creative process of how it started and why.
So I had a dream of a mural of a woman from the side, a beautiful woman with a turban, and the turban was made out of coffee capsules. I started playing with the capsules that I had collected. So I decided to keep them whole and like almost preserve the beauty of the structure of each capsule. And they came in the most beautiful colors that I started to like play. And because I only paint women, so I decided to start with the women who I look up to, you know, through the ages, and how much they've inspired me in my journey. Nothing's set in stone. We create our legacy.
What would you say is that one thing that you pride yourself in when it comes to actually being a woman?
I think I might be one of the strongest women I know. I carry so much love and respect and kindness for myself, and it translates into my friendships, into my tribe of women, and I have an extensive tribe of women that support me.
I got to chat to her family as well. Her husband and kids are extremely proud of her, and nothing screams family like a supportive circle. Would you look at that? Absolutely beautiful.
It's been an amazing, amazing journey. Pammy has really worked amazingly hard. She has poured blood, sweat and tears into this, collecting coffee pods, cleaning out the coffee pods, turning our house absolutely upside down. There's been coffee everywhere, there's been pods everywhere. It's been an incredible experience.
I am extremely proud of my mother. She's been there from the moment I'm born till this very second. She's never ever given up on me, no matter how annoying or frustrating I'll become, no matter how much I egg her on or try to get to her nerves, push her buttons. She's always there for me.
I'm so proud of my mom because me and my sister have been helping her smash her pots and to glue it on. And I'm so proud of my mom, and like she's been there for when I'm crying, and I'm so happy that she's like been able to do this.
Kia Lechori takes us through the importance of collaborating with women and the significance of celebrating the spaces we find ourselves in.
The brand is very much about regenerative thinking, and the partnership with Pam really made sense as she aligns with our values and what we believe in. She really takes the capsules, which is something that somebody would see as useless once they've used them, and repurpose them and turns them into these beautiful art pieces.
Basadi, we will show up. Nothing quite like switching up and looking great while at it. Some of the women who attended the exhibition had a few things to say.
I think my favorite thing about being a woman is the versatility that comes with it. You can be a boss babe in the boardroom. You can be a cute girl who dresses up to enjoy a lunch date with friends. You can be a hardworking woman for her family who cooks, who takes care of her kids. So yeah, it just comes with everything. And
I definitely agree with what Didi said. I think our superpower as women is our versatility. I can be in sweatpants and my hair in a bun today. Tomorrow we can look like this. One message I would give to women out there is own every room that you walk into.
Happy Women's Month!
Beauty, brains, creativity, and elegance, amongst many other things. Yep, just some of the few things we carry as women. We came, we saw, and we will always conquer. This was such a splendid and colorful evening. May we always remember why we started.
Beauty, strength, creativity and elegance indeed. Sticking with the theme of celebrating women, we are in Women's Month, so we thought to step out for a bit to hear how these phenomenal human beings are planning to celebrate. Have a look.
Being a woman means so many things to me. It means being brave, independent, secure, silly, and also sometimes insecure and vulnerable. My life journey has been a long one, and I feel like I've tapped into my independent woman, and I am who I am today because of my life journey, and I'm proud of it.
I think for me, to be a woman is to have the ability to lead with both strength and softness. And I think that comes, we are born nurturers, we are born to nurture children, so that softness comes throughout us just naturally, basically. Concerns for women is definitely GBV. I think that is a big one for me. I think a lot of women find themselves in very difficult positions, and I just wish that we could do something more about that.
Being a woman to me means like being soft and embracing your feminine energy and being independent and not depending on anybody else, because I believe the strongest human beings in the world are women.
Women are not given the platform to shine, I think, unless you're a celebrity. I think in the workplace, women are still not given the platform to shine. It's tough and it's a fight, to get to the top. And women still have not learned to take care of each other. We are not uplifting each other. We're not making it happen for each other. And that's so wrong. And it's time that we take care. Women must take care of women and help them grow and become something.
Being a woman, it's an identity, it's not just biology. So as women, we share joys, experiences that we go through. Obviously, there's a lot of things that we go through as women. So embracing those challenges and trying to maneuver to be on top of the game, it's what I believe that a woman must do.
It's truly incredible. Listen, we're going to take a quick ad break. When we come back, it's more of Trendz Live. Stick around. Welcome back to Trendz Live on SABC News. Remember, we are on X. The handle is @Trendz on SABC. Now, here's something to tickle your creative bone. This is where design meets direction. It's Africa's biggest design show, bursting with bold ideas, fresh talent, and next-level innovation. From reimagined kitchens to artisan-made decor, every corner tells a story. We're diving into the trends, the vision, and the creative minds shaping the future of how we live. Trendz Live producer Bulelani Lugogwana was there to witness it all.
We are coming to you from the Decorex Joburg 2025, where creativity, culture and design take center stage. From bold interiors to homegrown innovation, this is where stories are told through space and style. This year, Decorex Africa expanded, showcasing in 5 different floors where every floor told a story and design dreams came to life in ways you'd never expect. This year was themed The Future of Living, and this is what decor lovers experienced.
This year's theme is called The Future of Living. So basically what we wanted to do is look at how things are progressing, you know, what people are doing in terms of sustainability in this world, how people are scaling up their businesses from kind of artisanal businesses into full industrial scale, which obviously we need in this country. But we're also looking at kind of the future of technology and the future of building and the future of weaving and color. So the idea is to really cast our minds forward and, you know, create the world in which we want to live. And I think designers are a big part of that. People that make things with their hands are a big part of that. And what we're really doing is asking the question, in 10 years time, in 20 years time, what will our world look like and what will we do differently?
The Decorex team explained what is behind their vision. The focus is on connection, collaboration and keeping African creativity rooted right here on the continent.
Gareth and I have spent quite a lot of time focusing not only on South Africans, but African in general, you know, looking at different brands, looking at kind of connecting the dots, you know, putting manufacturers that are great in other parts of Africa, pairing them up with designers in South Africa.
We caught up with a Nigerian-born and now Swiss architect Charles Job for his perspective on what it means to be a designer today, and also how designers shape not just spaces, but culture and future possibilities.
We designers make things that people need, not because it's art, but because it's a useful object. And we try and get inspired by everyday things that are around us. So I make objects, useful objects, inspired by everyday things. That's my Nigerian upbringing that kind of inspired me to do that.
Job also reflected on the evolution of African design, a movement that's blending heritage with innovation and redefining what it means to create in a global context.
When I look back on Africa from where I am right now, I think we are moving, but we're moving maybe in a bit of a traditional way. People see African design as being very traditional, but I think African design can be a bit more than that. It can be traditional, but it can also make modern things for modern people. So I think we need to move a step forward. But I think looking back on the tradition, but moving a step forward.
We also caught up with the creative mind behind Mietro Studios, who shared with us the inspiration and stories behind his unique pieces.
If I'm balancing beauty and my purpose, is that at the very least, everything that I create has to be functional, right? But also I have a story to tell, which would address the purpose part of it. But then I want something that's also going to be everlasting. So, I mean, what better way of combining the fact that things are functional and they're also beautiful at the same time, and be able to tell the story through that, which is the purpose that I have. I think the principle of designing the pieces is really addressed by that at the end of the day. That's how I tend to balance the two together.
Behind one of the show's most striking installations, we uncovered the bold vision and clear purpose that brought it to life.
If you look at the space we've designed here, I think our philosophy or our sort of thinking behind it was we took a lot of inspiration from art galleries and museums. So we wanted to create an immersive space that would bring a sense of calm, a sense of interest, but just also where you can just feel, as you were saying earlier, sort of feel at home. And at the same time, that sense of luxury, but where it's understated, refined, sophisticated.
Now, this masterpiece caught my attention. Have you ever seen a stove so seamlessly integrated into a kitchen counter? Well, I thought I'd seen it all, but this truly amazed me.
In everything we do, from materials being used to the way we are living, working, the way appliances are being manufactured, everything, we're looking at that sustainable element. So I think the stove is part of that next step of using less energy but producing a functional result. And I think again it's managing this tension of functionality but incredible aesthetic appeal, because it's enabling you to have a furniture piece in the middle of your kitchen, but in a moment it can turn into a functional space. And I think that's the genius of it.
Richards shares his take on the comeback of natural materials like stone and glass and what it means for modern design.
In our fast-paced society, we're just wanting touch materials, so we're wanting to feel that sense of humanity again. And so that's why you'll see even in the space we have brought in natural stone, woven glass, so not just normal but woven, so it just brings a sense of calm, brings a sense of interest, detailing on the doors, so just there's an element that you want to touch it, feel it, you want to experience it.
Now that's a wrap from Decorex Joburg 2025, where design breaks boundaries, tells powerful stories and shapes the future of Africa. We've witnessed creativity that's unapologetically bold, deeply rooted and ready to take the world by storm.
Oh, now these are the things that tickle my fancy. Anyway, listen, from colorful feathers to heartwarming second chances. Up next, we visit a one-of-a-kind bird sanctuary where parrots are not only rehabilitated but also trained alongside their owners. Meet Jazania, their bird whisperer, and discover the vibrant community she's built around these fascinating creatures.
Nestled away in a unique bird sanctuary, a haven where beloved pet birds are given a second chance. Here they are lovingly homed, rehabilitated, and in some cases trained alongside their devoted owner.
When I was very young, my mom had budgies, for example, and then when I was a bit older, we had eclectuses and ringnecks and stuff like that. There's actually pictures of me all the way back when I was around between 4 and 7 years old. I have pictures where I was just really drawn to them from birth, really. You know, whether it was macaws or little budgies or lovebirds, I always just wanted to be around them. I actually started out in wildlife rehabilitation at quite a young age. I started when I was 7, and that was also specifically with birds. Indigenous birds though, so these doves and everything that you see walking around your garden, that's what I started working with. And then I started working with professionals in that industry, but at some point I just realized my love was with parrots. I have a diploma in veterinary assistance, so that's what my studying led me, and I did a lot of online and overseas studies with professionals as well. I train people how to take care of their parrots, how to work with their birds and give them what they actually need in captivity, because it's they're a very misunderstood animal. So that's what I do for the most part of my career, but I also do rehabilitation, where we help birds to transition their diet and to learn how to communicate properly with people and to not bite people or self-mutilate or scream. You know, all those kind of behaviors we try to work with, and that's what I help people to do. We're South Africa's only parrot training center, so people bring their birds here for, like I say, the courses and the consultations that we do, and then as they progress they can use our facilities to train and to just move to the next step in their parrot's journey, whether that's free flight or just a more advanced level of training. So yeah, that's what they can come and do here. And we also have open days to educate the public and the community on what we do, and to just have people interact with parrots and respect them for what they are.
Jazania has a vibrant community where bird owners gather to train their birds, share knowledge, and even enjoy sessions of free flying together.
Free flight is the main thing, and I think internationally there are quite a few free flight clubs. It, in my opinion, is the best thing that bird owners can do together as a community, because it's the healthiest thing for birds to do, is to fly and to get that needed exercise. But in terms of what other people do, we don't really have competitions in that. It's not a huge industry as of yet, and we have, like I said, the open days and stuff, so people just really love, I think, the community of it, and just being able to talk about it. If you speak to a bird person, we will speak your ears off about our birds, because we're really obsessed with them. They're really interesting creatures. So I think that's the biggest thing, is just the community that we find with our fellow bird lovers.
Tell me about this species that you have here.
Okay, this is Malou. He's an umbrella cockatoo, very expressive and can be quite aggressive, but when they free fly, when they experience life the way birds should, then you have a lot more room to play with them, and they're a lot calmer as well. They let you know what they want.
How did you find Malou?
Malou was handed over to Cheeky Beaks, a rescue center, abandoned by his family, and then he came to Naturally Captive to be taught how to free fly, and he's been with us for just under a year.
Mine is an African grey, so it's found in on the African continent, but found mainly in the Congo, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and quite a common bird because they speak quite well, but they can be very jealous, and so they choose an owner, or not an owner, but a partner. I don't like to call myself her owner because I don't own a living thing. It's a sentient bird, a bird that thinks, a bird that's intelligent.
This is a blue and gold macaw. Her name is Zazu. She's a female. I've had her for around about 3.5 years. Well, I just love birds to know that they are actually out in the wild, and that's why I actually joined Jasenia's Naturally Captive Free Flight Club, because I don't believe that these beautiful birds should actually be in cages, or they should be caged. They should also not be clipped, and they should have their free reign. And the only way that you can give that to them is by actually training them and changing their behavior and train them to fly and come back to you, because that's the ultimate objective, is for them to have enough trust in you to fly around and actually come back.
After spending time with Jasenia and her colorful companions, we discovered just how much there is to learn about parrots and the people who love them.
So you can have, for example, we have 2 blue-fronted Amazons, both female, and one speaks amazingly and one literally cannot say a single word. So it depends on a lot of things. It depends how they're raised, but there's also some things that we just don't understand as to why some speak and why some do. But for the most part, parrot speaking is their form of communication, because in the wild they mimic each other and they learn how to communicate with their flock. So when we bring them into captivity, them speaking is just essentially them trying to learn how to communicate with us, find patterns in our dialogue, find patterns in our communication, and then copy that so that they can blend into the flock.
Truly fascinating. Now, onto a group of individuals who ended July in the true spirit of Christmas, right in the middle of the year. They often welcome and offer you a pleasant stay at hotels, ensuring that your needs as a guest are met. Roles were, however, swapped recently as concierge and guest relations workers took center stage as guests at various tourism destinations in Sandton, Johannesburg. During a walkabout, they experienced a few exclusive spots which they often recommend to others. Trendz live producer Didi Mogadishu joined in the Christmas themed tour and, I think had a bit of fun, Christmas in July style.
Known as the richest square mile in Africa, we walk through opulent Sandton just as tourists would. You see, this group entails members who would usually be giving you the gig guide from hotels of places often unbeknown to them.
So when I started with this 15 years ago, the idea was to have a networking system throughout South Africa between all the top hotels to be able to assist guests in a better, on an international standard of service. So if you have a guest in your hotel and they need to know anything about happening in town, and that is why we are today celebrating with the Concierge Forum, Christmas in July. We thought that it is so long before Christmas and it has been so long since Christmas, and everybody's a bit down and everybody had a bit of a year, a roller coaster year, some better than other. And I just thought, let's celebrate in July. What's wrong with that? We should celebrate life every day.
An art and creative space deemed a good place to begin, as there are several similar offerings in this mall. Exclusive exhibitions are hosted here, showcasing the talent and appreciation of various art mediums. With Sandton popularly known as a fashion hub, this tour couldn't avoid popping into a local fashion house that is synonymous with opulence.
My main task
is to ensure that Pan-Africa and African designers, South African designers, are introduced to the rest of our international as well as African clientele. We are really here with regards to appointments, which we do private appointments for most of our clients. What we do is very bespoke in terms of what our clients' needs are. So it's a very luxurious environment. Yes, we do cater weddings, we do cater birthdays, so we're very diverse in that way. The creativity that we've got is coming from all different walks of life on the continent, because remember, we've got Pan-African designers. So the look and feel that they bring across is what we offer in store. And we also have the atelier part of our business, and the concierge service to have this collaboration with them is something that obviously exposes that type of service that we want to offer.
What would coming to this area be without enjoying a therapeutic beauty treatment? This spot, however, wasn't as serene and tranquil as most spas would be. It was such a vibe, with bubbles served and the absolute exuberance of having everybody in the entire beauty space stop to sing happy birthday on someone's special day.
We don't have to read up on a property or up on a place and explain that to a guest. We get to see it firsthand for ourselves and speak from authenticity, speak from our own personal experience and share our own personal experience, not sharing what we read off of online services.
How this is going to change the face of bad service is that when I speak to a guest, I'm more confident because I know what I'm talking about, because I've been there, I've experienced everything, and Sandton for me is very overwhelming. So I know some things are really in walking distance, which makes it a lot better. And within the mall itself, within the vicinity itself, there are so many things one can actually do.
Welcome to the highest urban bar in Africa. If you're afraid of heights, then this might make you eager to beat the phobia.
The unique part of this building is that it's 234 meters above the ground. That makes it special and unique. You've got 360-degree view of around Joburg. You can see the Joburg Towers. If you look on the other side towards the east, there is the OR Tambo, which you can easily see a plane taking off on a very clear day. If you find yourself up here, obviously the views special. You get to enjoy your drinks and your finger meals in terms of tapas. This venue can hold up to about 120 people at the same time. Just to add on what we offer as well here, we do have engagement parties happening up here, very unique. And you won't say no, of course.
And after sitting on top of the world, we joined a diamond store welcomed by an enchanting Christmas atmosphere.
Well, Christmas has always been a time that where we give back to those who treat us well. We've been dealing with concierges for probably well over 15 years now. And we work on a referral basis. So the concierges, if they have any requests from their clients who need to be treated in private and be treated away from the public eye, we then facilitate that need quite nicely.
Beautiful diamonds, beautiful jewelry, Tanzanite, one of our best sellers. And of course, the special thing about us, we do our own jewelry. We have our own manufacture, so you can actually customize your own piece with us.
I think the most important reason for highlighting what we do is to retain a sense of continuity through the year.
We actually are doing a practical work by taking this information back to our normal workplaces, which we work on a daily basis, to give it to other people. By doing so, it helps us actually sell the country and the city, even the province, to the world with information that actually is credible, rather than have information only theoretically on paper, but experiencing it yourself first. The highlights for me, it was the rooftop, 57th floor. It was my first time there. Now I've actually experienced it rather than reading it on the website.
A meaningful walkabout to provide real-lived experiences to guests for the upliftment of travel and tourism in a small, powerful corner of our country.
That looks so fun. I'm so jealous. Listen, we're going to take a quick ad break. It's more of Trendz Live when we return. Stick around. You're still watching Trendz live on SABC News. Now, in a modest studio tucked behind a busy street in Mogadishu, Somalia, young people have found a rare outlet for creativity. A place where they can quietly mix colors, sketch outlines, and bring their ideas to life in a city more often known for its security concerns than its art scene. Have a look.
At the center of it all is Masla Abdidahi, a self-taught artist who has made it his mission to nurture creativity in Mogadishu.
Every 2 months, I have the privilege of training 50 art students. After completing their training, I provide them with certificates to acknowledge their accomplishment.
Dahi's studio has become a unique space for expression in Mogadishu, where access to formal art education is limited and creative pursuits are often misunderstood. The cultural resistance is rooted in conservative interpretations of religion and long-standing social norms that discourage visual storytelling. For Dahi, challenging these perceptions is as much a part of his work as teaching technique.
Most people do not understand the essence of the arts or the use of a pen in artistic expression. In some places, there is a belief that the arts are sinful, further complicating the pursuit of creativity.
Still, his students are finding their voices and their work is beginning to spill into the streets. At a recent exhibition, residents paused to admire the paintings, many of which reflect the student artist's personal hopes for peace, identity, and belonging in a country still healing from decades of conflict. For Dahi, the goal is not to just teach technique, but to create a space where young people can imagine something different of their country and share that vision with others. He hopes to one day take his work beyond Somalia, but for now, he remains focused on building a community of artists at home.
It's truly incredible. Now, on to this. Our cameras recently visited the Patstal, a vibrant one-stop spot where great food, live music, and local flair come together. From biltong to braais and live shows, this is where South African culture truly comes alive. Have a look.
Patstal as 'n een-stop winkel waar jy kan alles kry wat jou hart begeer. Okay guys, that's as far as I can push my Afrikaans. So what I was saying earlier was that we are at Patstal, which means that it is a store that you can stop at when you are on a road trip. Well, I'm not on a road trip. I just wanted to know what happens inside because I wanted to be within. This venue is tailored to give you a feel of being at a diner, but with a twist.
You know, like Patstal. Pat, I mean, is road, stall, you know what a stall is. That means you can find everything next to the road, next to Linwood Road, everything that you like, it's all here. On weekends, we have the best live performances here. We've got live sports here, and this place is packed. You can't move inside here. On Sundays, you can get potjiekos for free. It's for free. You can come, bring your family, have some nice potjiekos, and there's also live entertainment here on Sundays, also on Saturday afternoons, and then live entertainment on Fridays and on Saturday evenings.
With a loyal fan base, Peter knows exactly how to keep his audiences coming back for more.
In Pretoria area, yes, this is where I perform the most. And well, I sing all around the country. I sing worldwide. I sing in Australia. I've sang in Canada, England, everywhere. But in Pretoria area, this is the place where I perform the most. We escalate the artists. We don't let them sing on a weekly basis. One artist would come, or maybe sing tonight, and then maybe in the next 2-3 months. That's how it works. So there are so many artists, and we would love to give a platform for all the artists to come and sing here at Patstal. That's why there's something special coming on the 19th of September. We don't even cater, not just for the South African market, for the local market, but there's an international singer coming here, Jamie Fine, on the 19th of September. And that's going to be a huge, huge event.
And for good measure, don't forget to grab a souvenir from the Patstal shop before you go.
This is a Patstal winkel, what we call it. And here you can get freshly baked bread, our merchandise, various merchandise from different suppliers, biltong, draaiwors, the typical padstal product that you will get. We are looking at is the bushveld experience, and the padstal is more in the rural areas that you get on the old excluded road trips, that you get these small shops, farm shops, and that's a padstal where you would basically everything for sale. And because it's the Bosveld and it's Padstal and Buffelsfontein, so those are the brands that we are actually combined with Padstal to give you that ultimate experience. We do have a section where we do have braais as well, so you can actually buy your meat and braai yourself, and we supply the side orders with it.
It wouldn't be a Padstal experience without some biltong. And of course, we did a quick tasting.
This is definitely not like the one in the shops. Wow.
The vibe here is just amazing. A lot of artists singing over weekends. And the food is great, the people is great. If you're not here, you miss out.
Die kos is amazing, die vibe is lekker. En ja, dit is regtig die plek om te wees.
It's a very nice place to chill in the east. When you want to have a nice afternoon drink from work, it's always nice and easy here. Nice food. I just had a malva pudding because I want to have my stomach ready to have a meal at home. Nice drinks, nice and easy. Having a chill drink with my buddy here. You want? Yeah. Thank you.
Welcome back to the show. Now, art is a form that will always take tremendous courage and creativity. Self-defense, fitness, discipline, and character building are the qualities that one often possesses as a kickboxer and martial arts expert. Trendz live producer Randy Tsubane got to show us a few moves of her own there in Rosebank. Let's see what went down.
For traditional self-defense techniques and modern combat sports, martial arts, jiu-jitsu, as well as kickboxing is where it's at. Let's get ready to rock.
I specialize in a form of martial arts which is called Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and this martial arts mainly focuses on like grappling. And when I talk about grappling, I mean having like physical contact with the opponent by grabbing whatever part of the body that you can to get control. How it's different from kickboxing is there's no striking, meaning there's no kicking, there's no punching. It's very effective for certain self-defense scenario.
How is martial arts beneficial in terms of self-defense?
One of the main things that we always talk about in martial arts, and it doesn't only just stop in jiu-jitsu, it's like kickboxing or whatever form of self-defense training you do, is it teaches you firstly emotional regulation, so that you don't panic the minute something happens. So if someone is attacking me and like their intention is just to take something that belongs to me, I'm not gonna panic and just start fighting for no reason. I'm just gonna remain calm, try to keep the distance, and then if the need does come for me to defend myself in a way that involves me getting physical, I will do so.
How fit do you need to be to do martial arts, either as a sport or just as a lifestyle?
There's a lot of demand for you to actually be fit, The good thing about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is that you tend to get fit as you're training, but you do get some benefits from like hitting the gym and like doing some weights, doing a bit of cardio for running and that kind of stuff. So,
what am I wearing, and what does the white belt symbolize?
Okay, so you're wearing a gi, kimono, with this top part over here, and different parts of the gi are meant to be used for certain things. So this part is called and when I teach jiu-jitsu, I always refer to them as the collar part, and then the rest of the part over here is the lapel. Obviously the sleeves are also very effective for controlling your opponent. In terms of the belt, and then when it comes to adults, we've got white belts, which is obviously the person who's a beginner.
Another form of martial arts is Wing Chun. Irvin Ramashea, a Combat Comms CEO, tells us exactly what it is and where it originated from.
Wing Chun originates from northern Hong Kong. Wing Chun tends to be more vertical. It's like kickboxing, you standing, which there's nothing wrong with that. But then what happens if I get tripped or I fall over a stone? I end up on the ground. Does that mean now I have a weakness? No. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu comes in. I need to be able to fight holistically, vertical and horizontal. We live in a society and a world where, unfortunately, violence exists. People have to protect themselves. You can get a pepper spray, but they become situations where you are now caught without the pepper spray. And last case scenario, I can only depend on myself, these hands and these legs. So if I'm pushed into a corner, who else is going to be there besides me? So it's not necessarily about promoting violence, but rather promoting self-defense, being able to be aware mentally and emotionally.
We now tap into kickboxing, and I was quite curious to know why it's fun and what we can take away from it.
I love kickboxing. It's good for the body. I've never got into any fight, so it teaches you to control yourself, even in whichever situation that you can face or meet. I've went in places, even if like people talk anything to me, it's fine, it's okay. I just let it go up until you start fighting me. So then I'll have to defend myself, of which that's why I'm doing kickboxing.
Now, the beauty of learning how to defend yourself is precisely because of this, man down. Now, this particular technique is called the scissor sweep. And on that note, please stay safe and always be aware of your surroundings.
And that's on here. Listen, that's unfortunately all we have time for this evening, but fear not, we're back again next week, same time, exclusive to SABC News. I'm Netizi, but you can call me Mne. Until next time, from my heart to yours, au revoir, bye-bye.